Hello, everyone. The name of our project is Radom. Our team is Kevin Carrillo, Elena Castaneda, Laura Moreno, and myself. Our team chose the project in order to solve a very common problem of bad experiences when renting. This comes from both parties, whether it be a bad landlord experience or an awful tenant renting from you. This is a common problem that most people face, especially college students, renting out a space that experience intrusive landlords or unfair return on their deposits. And the same goes for landlords that deal with tenants that completely ruin their homes and leave them with costly repair bills.
In order to proceed to a solution towards renting and renters, we first need to understand the problem. The first problem is that a person looking to rent may have concerns regarding renting a property because of the property owner. They may ask themselves, will it be easy to get in touch with the property owner? Is the property owner a friendly person? The second problem is that property owners frequently ask if a person is trustworthy and reliable enough to lease to. They may wonder and ask themselves, will my renter treat me and my property with respect? Can I rely on my renter to pay me on time and in accordance with our agreement? These are some of the problems the two parties face when it comes to looking for a place to rent or renting a place to a potential renter. The main target audience for our project are those in doubt of renting out a property or renting a property. Property owners who would like to know more about their potential renters and anyone renting, short-term or long-term, and want to learn more about the property owner. Renters may want to know if the property owner is understanding in difficult situations or if they help out with maintenance issues. Landlords are unaware if their potential renters have caused trouble to other property owners, so knowing would be beneficial. Often renters and landlords do not know where to look for information about each other, but according to a landlord study, landlords may ask for advice from peers, news articles, and social media, and other places. According to another study, 27% of Americans rented their homes, but by late 2020, that number had risen to 89.1%. Housing costs are rising, which may be one reason why more Americans are preferring to rent homes. Therefore, we hope to help make the renting process as stress-free as possible.
Radom is a web application designed for people to visit when they are in doubt of renting out a property to someone, or if they are looking to rent a property and want to learn about the owner. The site offers a rating, search, and review system to support both tenants and landlords. Anyone can search for registered landlords before renting a property or conduct a search on registered tenants interested in renting their property. But only registered users can share their renting experiences with a registered landlord or tenant. Users may sign up as a landlord or tenant, share any information such as contact information, and give honest evaluations about each other. But people who do not register still have access to viewing ratings and reviews. The team has been divided into pairs with work issued to each pair, tasks coming from both the server side and the client side for everyone. Group 1 consisted of Kevin and I, and we shared responsibilities with the database design and implementation, user registration, login sessions, and other user features. We created a document that contains our ER diagram, queries, and programming logic. We also contributed to the searches, ratings, and comments with Group 2.
Carlos and I worked together as Group 2 and had responsibility on working on the search by name or zip code and filters by property, as well as the rating and review features. We shared major client-side responsibilities as well as contributed to the server side for search results, which will redirect to user profiles based off their search. The team decided on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP for the client and server side of the project, and the relational database management system, MariaDB, on the Artemis server hosted by the CSUB CS department. The database contains stored user data for registered users, as well as property information, comments, and any ratings and reviews. Both renters and landlords must register with their full name, email address, phone number, and a password that will be hashed for account security. Landlords will be required to register a property with information such as property type, number of rooms, number of bathrooms, rental price, and an estimated location so users can search by property to get results for a landlord. For safety reasons, it is preferred to request for an approximate location consisting just the zip code, city, and state rather than the exact street address. Landlord accounts will be able to add or remove properties but be required to have at least one listed. The team made use of stored procedures and triggers since a lot of the same queries will be used multiple times, and we wanted the database to react a specific way whenever data was inserted, deleted, or updated. And now we will be demoing our project. So anyone could search for a tenant or landlord by their name, or they could search by zip. So right now I'll be searching by a zip code. So I'll be entering 93306. Takes me to the property results. Right here, as you can see, this is the only person with house in that area. If I do another zip, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time I will be applying a condo, and it should be giving me results for someone with this in this area that only has condos. So now it shows that it's Patrick. And if I click on Patrick, and as you can see by clicking on the result, it takes me to their profile. And right here, you can see that their only properties are condos. So the filter did work. Now going back to the home page, I will this time be searching by a landlord or a tenant. And as you can see, it gives me the same results, and clicking on them also gives me to their profile page.
Now I'm going to demonstrate how to register. So I go to the navigation bar, click on the registration tab. So we can either register as a landlord or as a tenant. Here we have the landlord registration form. And here we have the tenant registration form. I'm actually gonna register as a tenant. And it takes me to the login page. So I'm gonna put in my email and log in. So this is my profile page. It looks empty right now because it's a new account, so we can't see the comments and the ratings or previous rentals.
So this account is a tenant account, and here we have a list of properties that they've rented. Here's a small section about them, their name, email, their account type, and their rating. However, this account does not have a rating yet. And here's their comment section. And anybody who were to visit their profile, they can see the comments, leave comments, like and dislike the comments. But this person can't do that because this is their profile page. And if we go on to my settings, here is where users can update their information. For example, we want to delete their middle name. We're going to have to use their password. If I put like a wrong password, it won't let me update. But if I try delete this time, enter the correct password, it's been successfully deleted. Well, the middle name and the account has been updated. And now another feature that tenants have is the rentals page, a way for tenants to be able to review their rental history. They can't do much, but only give ratings to that specific stay or period of renting. And here, for example, if a person changed their mind about this stay or accidentally put in the wrong rating for this one, they could update it. Again, have to enter their password to do that. And the rating has been updated. And anytime a landlord on their side would add a renter, then this table will be updated. And so they would be the ones giving the ratings. Now I will move on to the landlord side and also demonstrate how this affects the tenant side. So the My Properties page is for the landlords. This is the page that affects the tenant side where they see the My Rentals table. And here landlords are able to see their list of properties they have registered under the account and the list of renters they have listed. They can add a renter, they can add a property, edit a row, or delete a row. For this instance, I'm gonna try to update this row specifically. I'm gonna actually insert a different type of property. I'm gonna say studio, say 2 rooms. And I'm gonna increase the price, enter my password. And now the information has been updated. And I wanna delete this tenant. I'm gonna have to enter the password. And now that renter has been deleted. I want to add a renter because I deleted the last renter that I had. And I'm gonna have to refer to the My Properties table for this to get the property ID that I do have listed. Now, this is why we suggest that landlords register with the property, and they can't delete their last property if they only have one listed, because they are meant to have at least one property listed under their profile. So I'm gonna grab this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. And then I'm going to put in a tenant's email, and I'm going to put today's date and then my password. And that tenant has been added, and we are waiting for a review because I just added them. And now if this person were to log in their account and go to their My Rentals page, they can give this specific stay a rating, and it will be updated on my end once they've done that. So now I logged into the tenant account that was now added to a renters list for the landlord, and it appears that this is the row. It was today's date and currently renting, and I have not given it a rating. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So far, my first couple of minutes staying here, I'm gonna give it a 3. I need my password, and now the rating has been updated.
For the ratings and comments feature of the site, non-registered users must register in order to be able to rate an account or leave comments. For now, I'm registered as Sheldon, and I'm able to leave a comment on Karen Plankton. Always friendly. Make a post. So the comment was successfully posted. And it was down here, and I can like my comment. So the comment was liked. It's saved. I can give an overall rating. So rating was successful, and now our overall rating has been updated to 3 out of 5. This is the timeline to our project. Fall of 2021, we focused on planning and ideas for our project. And in August and September began research for the project topic and the conceptual design of our database. Towards the end of the year, we wrapped up the conceptual design and began implementation of the database. We did so by using programming logic such as triggers, views, and stored procedures. In the beginning of this year, we began UI planning and front-end development with creating certain pages we wanted in the project. In March and April, we focused on creating all the final pages we needed, as well as working and fixing on the bugs on the way. In this time, front-end and back-end was connected, and all features were in the final stages and final debugging, leading into May with a finalized project.
There are several stretch goals to our project plan that we would like to mention. That is additional search filters where users can search by account type and property information, such as the rental price of the property, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, an overall detailed review page for accounts that will show their total ratings and individually by stars in detail, and also include their top rated comment. The biggest feature we have considered is a direct messaging system that would allow users to communicate in a private and safely manner with one another without having to share contact information on their profiles or try to communicate on each other's profiles. The team has recognized that time management and planning is an important part of our project management. But I learned that coding in the backend is a tedious task to do, especially since it's my first time working on the backend. And sometimes your code is set up correctly and you can't pinpoint the error. And it's not because of your code, but rather the programming logic may not be set up correctly, such as the store procedure and triggers.
I learned that testing as I was implementing the features made it easy to spot any problems that can lead to other problems in other features. I made use of the console log and echoes in PHP a lot before actually inserting, deleting, or updating data in the database. And because of that, I was able to pinpoint any issues.
I've learned that making a detailed plan of what needs to be done and tested is key. Time can be managed efficiently if you decide how certain things will look rather than changing them as you go because they don't fit the concept you were going for.
What I learned in this project is the insane amount of logic that is required for a website to be fully functional and for each component to work with each other. I also learned the importance of communication between team members and how that drastically improved our efficiency in completing each task. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can reach us at the following email address.